Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Woodforest Bank Stadium in Shenandoah, Texas. Welcome to the 2023 football season. I am Jeremy McGrail here to take you through this Conroe ISD broadcast tonight. We have a banger on schedule for you here with the North Shore Mustangs visiting the Woodlands Highlanders. North Shore 15-1 last year, 7-0 in district state finalist. North Shore winner of 5 state championships overall, 2003, 2015, 2018, 2019, and 2021. They were state finalists in 2022, semifinalist in 2020. Few programs around the state of Texas have ever done what North Shore's managed to do these past 5 seasons, so for the Woodlands, you can't really start a season with any bigger challenge than this with an opponent like North Shore coming in. I promise you, there are not very many teams around the state of Texas lining up to play this team right now, so the fact that the Woodlands is ready to step on the field with these guys just like they did a year ago is a credit to them for wanting to start the season in style, find out what they have right off the bat, and both of these teams look to have a ton of firepower on the offensive side of the ball. So tonight we're going to be looking for some points on the scoreboard potentially if that talent that both teams have just stocked at every position on offense is able to take over, give us a higher scoring game. Of course, last year's game played down at Galena Park ISD Stadium in North Shore. North Shore Mustangs ran out 49-21 winners in that game. Since then, North Shore's previous head coach, John Kay, has left the Mustang program to take a job as linebacker coach at Rice University. So what that means for North Shore is Willie Gaston taking over the head coaching job. Coach Gaston, player for North Shore, graduated in the class of 2002. Played for the 2001 North Shore team as a senior, played in 1999 and 2000 as well. In my opinion, Gaston, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in North Shore history, definitely on their Mount Rushmore. But now he takes over as the head coach, much different gig now, running the show. He'll need great assistants around him to help him handle that day-to-day, but what a program to step into, and Coach Gaston should be about as good of a fit as you can hope for with his long familiarity with this program. Again, played for North Shore, one of their all-time greats on the field, longtime assistant, both Coach Amond and Coach K, so North Shore program should be in very capable hands. Now for the Woodlands, Jim Rapp, of course, back in the saddle to lead the Highlanders this year. The 10 wins won by the Woodlands last year were the most that they've managed since 2016. It was their first 10-win season since that 2016 year when they went to the state championship game. I believe winning 14 or 15 games in the process of making that run before falling to Lake Travis in that state title game. So the Woodlands coming into this 2023 season hoping last year was the start of this program, getting back to the level that they're accustomed to, and hoping to go a step further than what they managed a year ago. Last year in 2022, only the Woodlands and Spring Westfield both played North Shore and Duncanville. So the Woodlands and Westfield, the only 2 programs in the entire state with the distinction of facing both of those giants last year. So for the Woodlands coming into this one here to start the 2023 season, the objective for them will be to obviously be a little bit more competitive than they were last year, see how long they can hang around in the game here with North Shore, really try and go toe-to-toe with them. You know, against an opponent like North Shore, you're going to have to put a lot of points on the scoreboard, so the Woodlands will come into this game knowing exactly what they have to do in terms of making plays. When you play a team as talented as North Shore, you know they're going to make plays, so you just have to keep an even keel throughout the game and bounce back, have a response of your own. If and when they do make those big plays, don't let any heads drop or get discouraged, because quite frankly, against this type of opponent, there is no time for that. You cannot be a shrinking violet in a game like this. You've got to come in carrying a spear if you want to come at the beast, and that's exactly what North Shore has been course, they are known to call themselves the B-side for a nickname, one of the great nicknames in the state of Texas. So the Woodlands, just a great opportunity to put down an early marker for the season and just see where this talented group of players stands. Offensively, we know what to expect from the Highlanders there, but the big question will be defensively, can they get to the same level as they were a year ago when they surprised many with their overall effectiveness on that side and potentially be even better. I think if this team wants to make the kind of run that they're talking about, they're going to need to have that elite level defense again this year. So just a couple of things to watch for as we approach the kickoff. School songs happening now, just a little over 6 minutes away from our opening kick. We'll have a couple of breaks in the action here over these next 5 minutes before we bring the teams out here momentarily and then go out to midfield to do the coin toss. Again, we thank you all for joining us on this live stream as we get the 2023 football season kicked off in some style here for both the North Shore and the home team, Woodlands Highlanders, programs this season. Should be a great occasion. We've got a capacity crowd filling in on both sides of the stadium.
This is Donnie Buckaloo with Buckaloo Chevrolet. After 2.5 years, I'm proud to say we have new Chevrolets in stock today and are receiving new inventory daily. At Buckaloo Chevrolet, what you see is what you get. We don't charge market adjustments or added equipment you don't want. The price you see is the price you pay, so don't pay over MSRP. On I-45 in Conroe or shop BuckalooChevrolet.com.
It's a better buy at Buckaloo.
It's not enough to be the leader in robotic-assisted procedures if we're not by your side for every step of your recovery, guiding you back to what makes you, you. Because it's not enough to replace your knee if we're not getting you to the moments that can't be replaced. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day visits when you're sick, online scheduling with specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care. Bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise, wherever, whenever you need it.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
For over 40 years, Woodforest National Bank has proudly supported the youth and schools of this great community. Our bank has grown through the years, and Montgomery County is our home. With over 30 convenient branch locations right here in Montgomery County, we are your community bank. Next time you're in the area, stop by and say hi. But for now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Shopping for a new or used vehicle, or just looking for a place for good, reliable service? Go with the name you know. Gullo Ford, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Toyota. The Gullo family has been serving the Conroe Woodlands area since 1970. So the next time you're shopping for a new or used vehicle, or just need service, do yourself a favor and go see Gullo Toyota, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Ford. Or log on anytime at GulloAuto.com. Gullo, let's drive.
And welcome back to Woodforest Bank Stadium here. The teams are running out. The Woodlands now running out onto the field. Highlanders taking the field first, along with North Shore there on the far sideline, lining up, getting ready for kick.
Through the heat, through the grind, through the blood, through the sweat, through the tears. I got loyalty inside my DNA. After all that stuff that you put in has come down to this moment.
I got inside my DNA. I got peace, got war and peace inside my DNA. Inside my DNA. This that kiss the pen. This that I got.
I'm not here for me. I'm here for we. And together, we will find a way.
I got loyalty inside my DNA.
With the teams out on the field, we will now line up, go to the national anthem before we come back with the coin toss. So we'll take a quick break here for the national anthem. Welcome back, everyone, to Wood Forest Bank Stadium. We are about ready to kick off the 2023 football season here with the national anthem done. Got the Woodlands team captains and the North Shore team captains on the far side. About to come out here to midfield, do the coin toss, and get us started in style here for the new season. Sun has gone down, so we have pleasant conditions settling in, minus humidity, of course, here as the fans fill in the seats on both sides. Great crowd on attending with us here tonight. Nice contingent traveling around the Beltway from North Shore there on the east side as the captains walk out now. We'll see how this game is going to start in terms of possessions. Once again, my name is Jeremy McGrail. Thrilled to join you for my third season here broadcasting these Conroe ISD stadiums, and I'd like to welcome everyone who has joined us on the live stream wherever you are, either here in the Houston area, around the state, or potentially even further away. Actually had somebody out of state ask me how they could listen to this game, and I happily provided this Conroe ISD Athletics YouTube link to them, so we hope y'all will subscribe to the Conroe ISD Athletics YouTube channels for both Wood Forest Bank Stadium and Moorhead.
Woodlands won the toss, next to defer.
Woodlands winning the toss and deferring to North Shore.
Will receive.
North Shore is going to take the opening kick on the receiving end, so we'll get an early look at a North Shore offense that projects to be among the very best in the state this year, just like the Woodlands. North Shore rated as probably the top offense in the state of Texas coming into this season. Caleb Bailey, star quarterback, back for North Shore this year after getting injured a couple of games into their season last year. Bailey won state as a freshman. Just an extremely impressive feat before getting hurt earlier last year, was not able to make it back in time. But North Shore, despite that, made a run all the way to the state championship game, having rotated in a receiver to play quarterback for most of their games, as well as a free safety over the course of last year, just trying to make things work. North Shore going back to receive the opening kick now. See Devin Sanchez, star junior defensive back, one of the deep men. North Shore always dangerous in the return game, so Woodlands obviously has to be really careful here. Scott Starzik, junior kicker for North Shore, who's putting the ball down on the tee, has one of the better legs I think I've seen for a high school kicker. Last year, extremely impressive as a sophomore. More than capable of booting this through the end zone, which I'd probably highly advise against the Mustangs. Ball falls over on the tee before we can quite get started. And Starzik, ball does not appear to be going anywhere now. He's ready to get us started. Welcome to the 2023 football season. This is what it's all about in the state of Texas. The ball is up. Starzik puts a foot through it. It's going to go way out of the end zone. Touchback. Smart. In North Shore, 15-1 state finalists a year ago. They've won 3 state championships in the last 5 years. And in the only 2 years they didn't win state these past 5 seasons. In 2022, last year, of course, lost 28-21 to Duncanville in the state title game. Lost 24-21 to Westlake in the semifinals of 2020. So here we go, 4-wide shotgun. Bailey back to get it, single backfield. Motion across the formation here. Showing a 2x2 twins look. Here's Bailey back to pass, first play. Looking deep down the middle post route. Has a man, it is complete. Big play, 20, 15 to the 10. Tackled before he can get in the end zone. And coming up fired up for North Shore, that is Terrence Guillory, senior receiver. Bailey nailing the post route, first play of the game. Very accurate throw by the junior Caleb Bailey. North Shore on their heel, or the Woodlands on their heels here defensively to start play 1. 2 receivers for North Shore in the formation, going a little bit heavier. It's Bailey gonna hand it off here up the middle. The Woodlands stacks that up after maybe a yard or 2. On the carry there for North Shore, DeAndre Hardiman Jr. Split backfield duties with Choo Choo Johnson a year ago. Starting as the main man here tonight. Guillory motioning across. Bailey fakes, gonna look for an out route in the corner. It is caught, touchdown North Shore. Cameron Smith, 6'3", receiver on that catch. Puts the first points of the board up for North Shore this year. Another strike from Bailey. Very difficult route to cover on that corner. And the PAT good for North Shore. Early 7-0 lead, 10:49 to go in the first quarter. Very quick initial statement from the Mustangs. They are, in fact, in the building, in case anyone was wondering. So pregame, we talked about the fact that this is not a game for shrinking violets. You've got to come in ready to match North Shore's firepower. When they make plays, you have to come back and make plays of your own. There is no time to sit around and get in any kind of daze or feel sorry for yourself. You've got to be able to take the ball, go right back at them if you're going to stay on the field with a team like this. The Woodlands returning a ton of talent on the offensive side of the ball here. Of course, pending receiving this kick and maintaining possession. We will see that. So you got a couple of deep men back for the Highlanders to try and create some field position here to help out Maverick Matoyer and this Highlander offense when they take the field first time here. Shane Walker appears to be one of the deep men back for the Highlanders. This will be fielded by the Woodlands, caught cleanly. Going to take it out, be tackled around the 17-yard line. On the return for the Woodlands, that was Bryce Cooper, number 17, a senior. He was back deep with junior Shane Walker. One of the strongest parts of this Woodlands football team coming into the 2023 season is their receiving corps. You got Shane Walker, Aiden Self, Quanto Farrakhan Jr., Patrick Rabel, just to name a few of many who returned for them. Jackson Bolander as well, number 16. And to come out in a bunch set here to start shotgun Matoyer, 4 receivers. Get a quick throw out. That'll be Aiden Self on the first reception. Going to move forward for a nice gain, about 5 yards. Self, one of the favorite targets for Matoyer. Woodlands need to work hard, find a way to keep the chains moving, and of course put points on the board when you're playing a team as athletic and as explosive as North Shore is. That is simply what you have to do, of course, as they always do. North Shore playing that physical coverage on the outside, getting right up on the receivers. Another quick throw going to Shane Walker this time, junior receiver. Going to pick up a couple of yards, bring up a 3rd and short. Couple of players to watch among many for North Shore on defense. Number 6, Devin Sanchez, one of the best junior class defensive backs, not only in Texas, but the entire country. You have number 5, Levante Johnson as well, a high-level prospect safety. Split back shotgun. Get a handoff inside, try and push forward for the first down. Looks like he's going to get just across it and move the chains. And on the carry for the Highlanders, Joseph Canola, senior. Four wide receivers set here, 2x2 shotgun for Matoyer, first down and 10. Motion across, jet sweep. Quanto Farrakhan gets his hands on the ball for the first time, but North Shore is able to string that out. Good play defensively by the Mustangs. Dylan Dixon, senior linebacker, was in the area of that tackle. It's one of the key pieces of this defense as a junior a year ago. This will be an empty backfield now for Matoyer. 2nd and 9, going 5 wide. Slant gets underneath the coverage and makes a nice positive gain for the Woodlands on that completed pass. Nice high percentage play call by the Highlanders. Again, trying to keep themselves in manageable down and distance situations. Don't get behind the chains. Brings up another 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 to go. 4 receivers, trips to the near side. Matoyer's going to try and take it straight ahead himself. Not going to gain much. Looks like stopped for no gain. To bring up a 4th and 2. And the punt team going to come on for the Highlanders, as you would expect. So on the first possession, the Woodlands managing a single first down, but they can't get any further than that as they'll punt it back to North Shore. Single deep man back to return the punt. It's a beautiful punt. Going to send the North Shore returner back to his own 7-yard line to field it. And now he's going to have some room to run it out, but the Woodlands gets him around the 20. Good coverage. On the return for North Shore, number 2, Christopher Barnes, senior receiver. One of the returning starters for North Shore from a year ago. Waiting for an indication on the field.
Illegal participation. Defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
An illegal participation on North Shore is going to give the Woodlands a first down and the ball back. So for the Woodlands, these are the kind of situations that you have to take advantage of in a game like this. Get a second life. Need to see if they can go down here and capitalize with points. That's what it's going to take against this kind of opponent. Get around the state of Texas, only Duncanville and Westlake have approached anything near the level of success North Shore has enjoyed here these past 5 seasons. In 5 state championships as a program for North Shore. Matoyer will lead the Highlander offense back out onto the field. Looks like we're going to have a 4-receiver set here to start. Single running back in the backfield. Motion across. Going to give up the middle. Not going to gain much. North Shore looking pretty stout in the middle of their defense so far in the early going here. The likes of Cedric Henderson and Courtney Brooks on their defensive line. Not giving up any ground at all so far through the middle. When you play against North Shore defenses, Garrett Cross is their coordinator. You know you're going to get a lot of physicality. Just make it very difficult to do what you normally do. Play action, Montoya, he's looking deep. He's got a man wide open if he can complete it, but just overthrows him. They will want to have that one back. That was Shane Walker wide open down the field. No one around him. That's the play you need right there. And unfortunately for the Highlanders, just miss it. That'll bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. North Shore showing 6 across the line of scrimmage at the point of attack now, showing blitz. Play's going to be blown dead. We'll have a timeout on the field. So Woodlands offense will come over and discuss what they plan to do here on 3rd and long.
Timeout. Woodlands, first shot.
After the timeout, the Highlander offense ready to resume play here. Another big opportunity and big play early in this game for the Woodlands, trying to match North Shore's 7 points so far. 4 receivers. Matoyer going to be flushed out. He's going to have to try and run for it. Picks up a block, but not enough. North Shore, as they do, get off the block pretty quickly after a few yards. That was Dylan Dixon, senior linebacker for the Mustangs, bringing down Matoyer there, making no mistakes on that tackle. The initial pressure, both from the defensive ends and up the middle, forced Matoyer to take his eyes away from what was likely going to be another deeper downfield throw and try and run for it, but just couldn't get loose there. So punt team back on here. First punt was gorgeous. Their line drive going to take a very favorable bounce for the Highlanders, but it's going to roll into the end zone before they can get that touchback. So with 4 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the first quarter, high-powered North Shore offense is going to step back onto the field. Caleb Bailey and company. On the first drive of the game, North Shore received first for anyone joining us late. Scored on their very first possession in just a few plays. Hit a big play post route to Terrence Guillory, first play of the game. Bailey's going to come out 5 wide here, first play of the second series for North Shore. Woodlands showing 5 deep across the back of the secondary, trying to keep things in front of them. Bailey completes it underneath to number 3, Dion DeBlanc, junior receiver. Getting his first reception, it's going to move the chains. The Woodlands having to show a ton of respect coverage-wise to these North Shore receivers. Just a simple throw underneath moves the chains for a first down. 3 receivers now for North Shore. Handoff up the middle, Hardiman looking for space. The Woodlands does a good job stacking it up. Early positive here for the Highlanders. Defense is looking good against the run. Caden Clayton on the tackle there for the Highlanders. Bring up 2nd and 10. Again, 3 receivers set here for North Shore. Another hand up the middle to Hardiman again, and again the Woodlands is going to stack him up. Putting the finishing touches is Caleb Phillips, team captain, senior. Big down here for the Highlander defense to get their confidence up. They can find a way to stop North Shore here. Looks like be a timeout on the field. Looks like Highlander player going to get some attention down here on the field, so we'll cut away from that here momentarily so trainers can give him some attention. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on this Conroe ISD live stream. Invite you to subscribe to our Conroe ISD Athletics YouTube channels for both Woodforest Bank Stadium and Moorhead. Follow the football action throughout this entire season in Conroe ISD. Figures to be another very exciting year in District 13 6A. Great occasion here tonight under the Friday night lights to start this 2023 season with state championship program like North Shore visiting here to take on the Woodlands. 4 receivers set here, 3rd and 8. Motion out of the backfield, empty. Flag comes down, early movement. See whose fault this was. North Shore pointing at the Woodlands.
False start. Number 6-2. Offense.
But they were wrong.
5-yard
It's going to
penalty.
go the other way. The Highlanders will get 5 yards here. A little bit more room to work with. 3rd and 13 now after marking off the penalty yardage. 4 receivers to start here for North Shore. Again, Highlanders showing a 5-man secondary right now. Throw underneath, slant route. Caught, but not enough for the first down. Looked like number 2, Chris Barnes on that catch for North Shore underneath. So nice early win there for the Woodlands defense. Get off the field. Keep North Shore in their own territory. Approaching 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. Got 2 men back to receive this punt for the Woodlands. As North Shore punts it away. Setting up for a rugby-style kick. Instead, he's just going to poke it. It's going to bounce. Woodlands will have to get away from that. North Shore downs it. So decent field position here for the Highlanders. Start on their own 29. Now another opportunity here for Matoyer in this offense to get back into the game and tie it with North Shore here if they can score a touchdown. Missed a wide open receiver when they last had the ball. That would have been an easy touchdown, but just overthrown on the pass. 4 receivers in the set here to start. Motion into the backfield, going to be a handoff. Going nowhere. Stacked up by the North Shore defense. There's number 43, Nick Goins on the tackle. Senior linebacker for the Mustangs, 6'2", 220. Four wide for Matoyer here, 2nd and 9. Back to pass, looking deep. Single coverage, but receiver potentially not where he was expected to be on that one. The ball was thrown a little bit far away. Not sure if Matoyer was expecting a flatter route there as opposed to a corner. Perhaps a more traditional out route. Bring up a 3rd and long for the Woodlands offense. Not quite in sync yet. Four wide here for the Highlanders. Matoyer flushed, and he's going to be stacked up and sacked. Ton of pressure generated by the Mustang defense, swarming as they do, tackling Matoyer for about a 4 or 5 yard loss. Just swallowed up in the backfield. Like number 93, Cedric Henderson, junior D lineman on that tackle. A very important thing for the Woodlands, not only in this game tonight, but in the season in general, for the season in general, will be establishing a running game to help keep some pressure off of Matoyer and the passing game, give them more balance. Things can get a little bit too predictable without the presence of a strong run game. And last year, the Woodlands took a unique approach on that side of the ball. They had about 3 or 4 players that they rotated into the running back position without having that true feature back. And that's a position that can make a huge difference in the games against opponents like a North Shore or a Duncanville, where they just make things very difficult all around. You've got to have a complete set of tools on offense to compete. 3 receivers here to start for North Shore and Bailey at QB. Gonna fake the handoff, throw a quick out. Gonna bounce it, looking for Dion DeBlanc, incomplete. Dion DeBlanc, very speedy receiver. Transferred into this North Shore program from Eisenhower over a year ago. Played JV last year for the Mustangs. 4 receivers in the set here for North Shore. Bailey back to pass, looking deep. Nowhere to go, so he's going to tuck and run around the left side, just get what he can, get out of bounds. Ushered out by number 9, Caleb Phillips, the team captain for the Highlanders. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Neither team having success running the football yet, at least with the running backs. About a little over a minute to go in the first quarter, minute 23 on the clock, 3rd and 4. Yeah, 4 wide receivers trips here to the near side, motion out, 5 wide. Quick hitch route throw, gonna pick up the first down and more. North Shore picked up the 1 block they had to get on the outside there to spring the receiver past the first down marker, high percentage. Call those plays essentially run substitutes. Just get the ball out quick, make somebody miss, gain first down yardage. 1st and 10 at midfield, 4 receivers in the set here for the Mustangs. 4 deep in the secondary for the Highlanders. Back to pass, double move, looking deep, pressure applied by the Highlander defense. Bailey's just got to take it up the middle, hit hard. That was the senior team captain again on that tackle, Phillips, making his presence felt out here. Sets up a 2nd and 8. 3 receivers set here. North Shore showing more of a power look with the H-back. Bailey going to ride it up the middle with Hardiman and give it. Again, the Woodlands does a nice job stacking that up, not letting him get loose. Only a 2-yard gain. Bring up 3rd and 6. And that'll do it for the first quarter. North Shore leading 7-0 over the Woodlands here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Going to make a short walk to reverse sides of the field here and come back for the second quarter of action. And we've reversed into the field. This will be the first play of the second quarter. Tight 3-receiver formation here for the Mustangs. 3rd down. Back to pass. Bailey looking deep up the sidelines. There's heavy contact, but the ball is thrown way beyond the receiver. He's looking for Terrence Guillory there on a go route, TD route. Bring up a 4th and 6. So the Highlander defense, at least for the moment here, has held with the ball inside their territory. North Shore looking like they're going to punt it away here. Back to receive the punt for North Shore, Kamani Hudson, senior. And the whistle's going to blow that dead. And the deep man to receive for the Woodlands will be a sophomore, Parker Stewart, number 27. So that penalty will back North Shore up 5 yards, be right at midfield. Try again on the punt. And Hudson back to punt for the Mustangs. Parker Stewart back deep. See if he gets his hands on it. Be a high punt, not returnable. Can bounce, take a favorable North Shore bounce, but now it's going to check around the 17-yard line. So the Highlanders start deep in their own territory again here, trying to tie the score up. I mentioned a couple moments ago after the Woodlands' last possession ended, got to find a way to get a running game going here tonight somehow. So if you allow this North Shore defense to just pin their ears back all game and come after Matoyer in the backfield, could be a very difficult prospect for this Highlander offense to generate points. 4 receiver set here for the Woodlands. Motion across the formation. Handoff, sweep, gonna ride it in, give it to the running back. And North Shore is so good at closing the speed, you think you have something and then they just swallow you up before you can turn the corner. On the tackle for North Shore is number 5, Levante Johnson, safety. Transferred into North Shore this season from C.E. King, where he was a 2-year starter. Again, very high-level prospect. 6'3" at that safety position. Lining up on the same side of the field as Devin Sanchez. That's pretty scary. 4 wide in the set for the Woodlands here. And Matoyer has a pocket, but he's flushed before he can find an open man, and now he's going to be sacked in the backfield. And time is not a luxury opponents usually have against the North Shore defense, and that is part and parcel of why right there. Matoyer had an initial pocket up the middle, tried to move to his left to buy a little bit more time, and then it just collapsed on him there for a sack, bring up 3rd and 11. Matoyer looking over the middle, overthrown high, incomplete. He's looking for Aiden Self, one of his favorite targets on that one. Have some whistles on the field. Let's see what's going on. That'll bring up a 4th and long, so the Woodlands will have to give it back to North Shore here. Back deep for North Shore to receive the punt, Chris Barnes. Scott Starzyk back to punt here for the Highlanders. Needs to put his foot through one here. Gets the kick away. Going to take a very favorable bounce for the Highlanders. Going to be downed at the 34-yard line. The Highlander defense doing a good job of rebounding after that explosive first possession from North Shore that resulted in our only touchdown so far here tonight. Highlanders have tightened up since then defensively, keeping the secondary back, trying to keep things in front of them, not get beat deep. Easier said than done, of course, showing a 5 deep look in the secondary now for North Shore, 3-3-5. Pass into the slot, hit right away by the Highlanders, well defended. Tyler Johnson on that reception, senior for North Shore. If you're going to give the cushion, you've got to be very aggressive coming up to make those tackles after the pass is complete. Motion across formation, 3 receivers in the set, handoff to Hardiman. Left side, going to try and find a seam. Gets ahead for about 4 yards. That might be his most successful carry of the night here so far. Apologies, that was actually Najee Alexander on that carry, senior. Najee. Third and 1 here for North Shore, so see if they stick to the ground game. 3 receivers. H-back. Go right up the middle. Right back to Alexander. Going to push forward for first down gain out to midfield. Bailey in this explosive North Shore offense looking for an opportunity to put a little bit more distance here on the scoreboard. Take advantage of some prime field position now. 4 receiver set, trips to the top. We go up the middle again with Alexander, doing a good job running hard. 5-yard gain. North Shore just leaning on the Woodlands a little bit here, now moving fast, hurry up. Snap, going to pull it this time, quick out to the right, but bounces on the ground. Incomplete, going to bring up 3rd and 5. Mustangs just trying to work the body a little bit. See if they can wear down this Highlander defense. Another opportunity here for the Woodlands to hold strong, tight formation here for North Shore. 3 receivers, back pass. Quick throw over the middle, first down, complete to DeBlanc. Going to be down to the 32-yard line, chains move. DeBlanc just sitting down in the middle of the field there. This little hook route. Bailey hits him right between the numbers. Four receivers, North Shore. In the Woodlands, 5 deep in the secondary, 3-3-5. Motion out of the backfield, 5 wide. Double move, looking for the pump. Woodlands DB did a good job of covering it. Now they look for a slant over the middle. Well broken up there, well defended. Bailey was looking for DeBlanc. The initial target for Bailey there was the wheel route up the sideline. Looked like Chris Thomas, junior running back, who had motioned out of the backfield. Woodlands did not bite on that. And a good pass breakup. That was number 27, Parker Stewart, the sophomore, on that nice play. Guillory going to motion in. Handoff. Left side makes a man miss, turning the corner to the 20, 15, 10, 5, tripped up before he can score. That's Hardiman on the carry. Nearly punches it in for the second score there, but the Highlander defense just trips him up there before he can go in. 2-yard line. 2 receiver set here. See if they go away from that. Is Bailey going to ride it in, pull it? And he is. He's going to walk in. Touchdown, Caleb Bailey. North Shore putting their second score of the night on the board. It's a nice design there by the Mustangs. Running to the empty side of the field with the zone read. $13-0, 6:31 to go in the second, pending our PAT. It's Jonathan Soto on for the PAT. Now that PAT, 14-0 North Shore leads here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. My name is Jeremy McGrail. I'm thrilled to bring you this broadcast tonight as we kick off the 2023 season. Both of these teams looking to do one better, at least, than they did a year ago. North Shore getting to the state title game, of course, a year ago, yet again, falling this time to Duncanville by a score of 28-21. The Woodlands also played Duncanville in the third round and lost that game 35-3, I believe it was. The Woodlands winning 10 games last year for the first time since 2016. Trying to better that mark here this season with kind of talent they've got back, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. Defense showing some promising signs here tonight as well. North Shore, obviously, extremely high expectations every year now in the program with the level they've achieved here recently. Just astonishing. Kickoff deep. It's going to go out of the end zone. The Highlanders are going to let that touchback, of course, take over possession. Of course, for both of these teams, important to remember there's a really long time between now and December. Tonight, a good measuring stick for both of these programs, given that these are playoff caliber teams. To see where 2023 begins, what they need to improve on, what looks good. Split backfield for Matoyer here, gonna go sweep left side. Try and get some yardage. Falls forward here for about 4 or 5 yards. Positive play. Maybe the best run of the night so far for the Woodlands is Jackson Bolander. That's more of the look we saw from the Woodlands last year in the running game, where you're handing it off to a receiver. Five wide here for Matoyer now on second down. 2nd and 5. Back to pass, going to look over the middle. Now throw deep up the sideline, has a man, but overthrown. It's Joseph Canola, intended man up the sideline there. Matoyer looking over the middle first, couldn't find his man. Just overheats that pass up the sideline. 3rd and manageable here, though. Just 3rd and 5, 4 receivers, 2 by 2. North Shore showing 5 men across the line of scrimmage with 6th and a 7th nearby as well. Content to play that physical man coverage on the perimeter with the kind of talent they have at those positions. Matoyer botches the snap, picks it up, though, makes a nice play to flush left and look for his receiver complete. Excellent play for a first down. That is what the Woodlands needed to happen right there. Outstanding play made from what was a bad circumstance when that ball hit the deck there after the snap. Matoyer throwing a big strike and making a big play here. That is what he needed to get some confidence and rhythm going. Gonna go quick here for receivers, trips to the top. Motion into the backfield, flipped it on the jet sweep. That is Quanto Farrakhan going to try and turn it up. Goes just inside midfield, maybe a face mask at the end of that. That'll help. That is the early signal on the field, is that it will be a face mask. We'll see what variety it is.
Number 6. Yes. Defense.
It's going to be the big one.
15-yard penalty.
15. Moves the ball all the way down to the North Shore 32-yard line. 5 minutes, 14 seconds to go until half. Sound like a broken record talking about this, but these are the situations you absolutely must capitalize on against this caliber opponent. Split backfield for the Woodlands. Back to pass, Matoyer looking deep. Has a man. Is he going to fall in? Caught. Touchdown, Highlanders. That is what they needed. Number 2, Shane Walker Jr. Strike from Matoyer. Welcome to the football game, Highlanders. 5:02 left in the second quarter. Matoyer dropping back there, single coverage. Walker does a good job creating just that yard or two of separation. Laid in there perfectly by Matoyer on that one, no overthrow. Starzyk on for the PAT. Boots it through, as he does. 14-7 now on the scoreboard. Huge for the Highlanders to pick those points up, to say the least. Have to take advantage of those big opportunities when you get them, which they did on that face mask. To tack on 15 yards after the jet sweep run by Farrakhan. Going to hang in the game against North Shore. Got to be prepared to put points on the board. And potentially a lot of them. I always say the minimum target against this kind of opponent to have a great chance is usually going to be about 28 points. Starzyk places the ball down as he backs up to get ready to launch this one. And I thought Starzyk was one of the real unsung heroes of this team, on this team as a sophomore a year ago. Gonna pooch it. Somewhat surprisingly, but fielded cleanly by North Shore there. They'll start on their own 37-yard line. But potentially just trying to catch North Shore off guard there. Bailey in the high-powered Mustang offense back out onto the field here for receivers. Trips to the top side. 5:02 left until half. Bailey back to pass, looking over the middle, complete. That is nicely caught by Barnes. He's going to turn it up the edge. Wow, what speed. 20, 10, 5. Cut down inside the 5-yard line, down to the 3. Barnes is making a catch, had a Highlander defender pretty close to him at the point of the catch, but just turns the corner and displays his speed.
Holding. Off.
But it looks like a hold is going to go against the Mustangs here. We'll see
first down
where the ball ends up. And it, luckily for North Shore, the hold was towards the end of that run, so the ball is going to be set at the 23-yard line of the Woodlands. Barnes just showing how lethal the North Shore speed is there. It's like you've got to be right on them, because they can just make big plays with very little space. Motion across the formation here. The big tight end for North Shore. Handoff up the middle. Going to be pulled by Bailey. Going to go to the sideline. Nice sleight of hand there. Had me fooled. Parker Stewart, sophomore DB, ushering Bailey out there. 2nd and 8 at the 21. Yeah, the Woodlands sticking with this 3-3-5 look on defense against 4 receivers. Bailey back to pass, going to throw the screen to the backside to DeBlanc. Actually pretty well defended by the Highlanders, but even with that, North Shore still able to pick up a first down. Really hard play to defend. That play is usually referred to as Vegas, where you kind of fake going one way and then throw that underneath to the receiver on the backside. 4 receivers type formation here for North Shore. Back to pass Bailey, quick throw out Guillory, gonna catch it, try and turn it up, tackled around the 8-yard line. North Shore trying to respond to that bit of momentum from the Woodlands. Restore 2 touchdown advantage if they can punch it in again here. Highlander defense getting a real workout here in the first half. They've defended a lot of snaps here so far. Power look from North Shore. And hand it up the middle. He stacked up nicely. Hardiman on the carry for the Mustangs. Senior defensive back Tyler Honeyman on that tackle for the Highlanders. One of the returning leaders, experienced players on this defense. North Shore had a new quarterback sub in there, Cameron Smith, a junior.
Woodlands, second charge timeout.
Pay attention to that and see if Smith comes back out here when they resume play. North Shore almost snuck one in on me there. Bailey wearing number 9. Head coach Willie Gaston in his first season as the head coach for North Shore after serving as a longtime assistant. Former legend at North Shore as a player. Played in one of the all-time great Houston area playoff football games in the Astrodome against Vince Young in 2001. Went toe-to-toe. Houston Madison and Vince Young won that game 61-58 over North Shore in the Dome. 4 receivers set here for the Mustangs. Speed option. Bailey gonna pitch it. Hardiman has the corner and the touchdown. Mustangs back on the board. Well executed there by Bailey, perfectly pitched. Perfectly read. Again, Gaston, in my opinion, definitely on the Mount Rushmore of all-time great North Shore quarterbacks, with the likes of Demetrius Davis, of course, Bobby Reed, Cedric Cormier. Jeremiah McGinty is another one I really liked. He was their 2007 quarterback. Caleb Bailey trying to make his case for being on there. Already won a state title as a freshman. which would seem to just put him there automatically, but I'll give him another season here to see if he can maybe tack up another one. Of course, Demetrius Davis, winner of 2 state titles for North Shore, the only quarterback in their history to do that. And in the 6A Division I playoff field that these two programs have been involved in and are always involved in because of their enrollments. It's been the North Shore Duncanville show these past seasons. It's going to be interesting to watch how things unfold around the state of Texas to see if anyone can approach the level that those two programs are at. Again, only Westlake has achieved a comparable level of success to North Shore in Duncanville over the past 5 seasons. DeSoto, another program located near Duncanville in the DFW area, South Dallas, looking to get in that group. As the kickoff goes back deep, going to be fielded here, chance to return for Shane Walker, going to look for space, roll out just across the 20. In fact, he'll be spotted right on the 20-yard line. The Woodlands, of course, having achieved a couple of state championship appearances over its history. Not able to win that elusive state title yet, but due to the consistency of this program, I feel like they have a chance more years than not. Went through a bit of a tough period when Mark Schmid left a few years back as the program transitioned to Jim Rapp in the head coaching position, but again, Rapp and the Highlanders getting that 10-win season a year ago, trying to get back to where they would like to be every season. Put up those double-digit wins every year as a minimum target. Incomplete pass there on first down. Matoyer looking to run his own Vegas-style play there to the receiver. 4 receivers in the set here. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining until half. Score is 21-7 North Shore. Matoyer back pass. Going to be flushed right away. Could have been a design draw. Takes a heavy hit in the backfield. 4-yard loss. Those are the hits you feel the next day. Bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 when play resumes here. Going to be a timeout on the field.
Timeout. North Shore. First charge, timeout.
In 2:06 left until half, going to be 3rd and 14. When the Highlanders take the field again here, North Shore defense out there making life difficult for the Highlanders overall. Four receivers in the set here for the Woodlands, 3 receivers to the top side of the formation. Devin Sanchez covering the single receiver now. Motion out of the backfield. Aiden Self, 5-wide look. Matoyer looking for Aiden Self, who just motioned out of the backfield. Hits him up the sideline for a big play. Down to midfield. Aiden Self, again, making another huge play for the Highlanders. Down to the North Shore 48. These are the kind of big-time plays that you expect a senior quarterback like Matoyer, committed to Wisconsin with his pedigree, to be capable of making, and he does there. Perfect strike to self. 5 wide, moving quick. Matoyer back again once more, looking over the middle. Shane Walker on a slant route, but receiver and quarterback not on the same page there. It's a tight 4 wide shotgun look here for the Woodlands. Motion into the backfield, flipped out on the jet sweep. Nowhere to go. Jackson Bolander on that carry. A really difficult play to pull off against a North Shore defense. They love running sideline to sideline. Timeout on the field, 1:32 to go until half. The Woodlands will receive to start the third quarter, so if they can put any points on the board here, it would be huge for that momentum going into the halftime locker room. So we'll see if they can get a nice mental boost with at least 3 points, but obviously playing a team like North Shore. Threes really don't do it for you. You need 7s. The nose of the ball right on the midfield stripe. Get some nice shots of this great crowd here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Not quite to capacity, but pretty close to it. Well done by the North Shore faithful, making that always tricky trip in the Houston area around Beltway 8, coming from the east side of town. Or the beast side, as they say. A very well-earned nickname, given the level they've achieved. Of course, these are 2 absolute stalwart programs in the Houston area. Been achieving success for a long time. North Shore and the Woodlands kind of come into prominence around the same time, kind of later 90s, when both programs really kind of started to plant their flags at least in the greater Houston area. So Woodlands resumes play here, 3rd and 12, 1:32 to go, 3 receivers, split backfield. Matoyer back to pass. Looking deep down the seam, has some separation. Is it going to be complete? No. Ball falls and hits the turf. Had a chance with Bolander, junior receiver. Again, the Woodlands finding some gaps down the field, dialing up some good plays to try and get in behind the coverage. Succeeding in well-thrown football, just couldn't make the pitch and catch there as Starzik will come on for the punt. Again, positive things to take in the locker room with you if you're the Highlanders. Chances you can and obviously should continue to take as the game moves along, especially facing a 14-point deficit. Starzik boots it. See if it's going to bounce back. A favorable North Shore bounce on that. That ball went out of bounds around the 29, it looked like. Nope, they're going to pull it back 25. Five receivers in the formation for North Shore, and this is where the Woodlands really needs to stay alive defensively. North Shore loves to pick up explosive scores right about in this kind of situation. Here's Bailey, empty, set. Back to pass. Quick out to Guillory, complete. Going to run it out of bounds. So critical to hold here and keep North Shore off the scoreboard for many and obvious reasons. But again, this is just the style that North Shore plays. You cannot give them a cheap score before half. Up the middle run. First down carry for Hardiman. This has 26, Chris Thomas there, junior. Apologies. 4 wide set, moving quick is North Shore. 2-minute offense. Quick throw out Guillory. Space, turns it up the sideline. Going to gain about 10 yards. Flag comes in late. See if there's a face mask potentially tacked on or something else. Came from the backside judge.
Face mask. Number 36.
It is a face mask.
15-yard penalty.
15 yards.
First down.
Big penalty against the Highlanders. Going to move the ball down to the 35. So North Shore very much in business. 53 seconds on the clock here until half. 21-7 lead. Be a big momentum swing here if they get another. Motion out of the backfield. Bailey looking for the running back. Now looking deep down the middle. Pressure applied by the Woodlands. Bailey still alive. Rolls right. Throws complete to number 2, Chris Barnes, and he's going to step out at the 20. Not a whole lot you can do about that display of footwork from Bailey to stay alive there. Just a great job working the pocket. Woodlands able to apply pressure, just couldn't land it. Bailey so good at staying calm under pressure. That was his MO as a freshman, and he's showing it again here tonight in his junior season. Quick throw out. Looks like DeBlanc on that catch. Just going to gain a yard. Going to keep the clock moving, 24 seconds. One timeout left for North Shore. 19, going to keep the clock moving. Clock stops at 16 seconds. Going to be a 3rd and 8. Incomplete pass there to DeBlanc again. In 3rd and 8, 16 seconds. Absolutely essential for North Shore to hold here. And for the Woodlands, rather, to hold defensively. Five players in the secondary for the Woodlands showing dime here. Only one linebacker. Out route. Going to be caught by DeBlanc. Does he get in bounds? Looks like he does. They're going to mark him out at the 5. Smartly stops the clock as well with exactly 10 seconds to go. Good job to get the toe down there. Inbounds by DeBlanc. Another accurate throw by Bailey. Three receiver set here, kind of power look in the backfield for North Shore with the H-back. Showed the handoff up the middle. Going to be spun around, tackled short of the end zone. One timeout left for North Shore. They're going to use it, 5 seconds. Looks like the field goal team is going to come out. And if you're the Woodlands, you will take that. Obviously, don't like giving up any points. Potentially. But after being on the receiving end of a 15-yard face mask penalty, which set North Shore up deep in Highlander territory here. It could have been worse in terms of a touchdown. Chance here for the Woodlands special teams to maybe come up with a block, but we'll see if North Shore actually kicks when they break the huddle. Ball on the 4-yard line. A little more than an extra point if they do kick. Bailey wanted it. He was coming back out onto the field. The coaches are like, no, come back. Yep, Jonathan Soto on for the field goal. The officials come in and blow the whistle.
Timeout. Woodland.
Woodland's going to use a timeout now.
Timeout.
Ice the kicker, why not? course, as anyone here in Southeast Texas knows, we've been enduring record heat for what seems like about a year now. Which is the reason why, of course, the kickoff times were pushed back to 8 o'clock, or at least to 7:30 in many places around the Houston area and probably Texas as a whole, I would imagine, to try and combat the heat, wait for the sun to go down. Haven't seen any major issues for the players on either team so far in terms of cramps. Soto sets up for the kick here. High snap, gets it down, kick is up, and it looks good. North Shore going to take a 24-7 lead over the Woodlands into halftime. Thank you for joining us on the CISD broadcast, and we hope you will stick with it through halftime here and watch these performances. And come back with us, of course, for the second half. Impressive first half showing for North Shore. As the Woodlands huddles on the near sideline, it will be the Woodlands receiving the kickoff to start the third quarter, so do not go anywhere. Come back and join us for the second half. Again, I'm Jeremy McGrail. Thank you all for joining us here tonight so far on the CISD broadcast to start the 2023 football season. We will see you after the half.
evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's performance of the award-winning 2023-2024 North Shore Senior High Marching Band. This year's marching show is entitled Sonic Fracture, and tonight the band will perform the first two movements of their contest show. The drum majors for the 2023-2024 season are Sarai Montoya, Valerie Ayaga, Bettina Molina, Trinity McCleary, and Annabelle Ruiz. Now please sit back and enjoy tonight's performance of the 2023 North Shore Senior High Band. The visual staff is Patty Mata and David Fuentes. The principal of North Shore Senior High is Mr. David Pearson. The principal of North Shore 10th grade campus is Mr. Kenneth Bryant. And the principal of North Shore 9th grade campus is Ms. Marika Norris. The Fine Arts Director of Galena Park ISD is Mr. Sam Harris. And the Superintendent of Galena Park ISD is Dr. John Moore. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the rest of the game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Woodlands High School is proud to present the award-winning Woodlands High School Marching Band and High Schoolers. Tonight, the band is performing a portion of their contest show, Pregame, brought to you by our title sponsor, Commissioner James Nowak. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Sasha Osborne, Vivian Patel, Emily Ritchie, Fernando Perez, and Wendy Stein. Percussion captains Jackson Block, Mark Hewitt, Grant Schilling, Miles Estrada, Addie Thompson, and Alex Torres. And guard captains Anna Barnett, Brooke Perini, and Matthew Rouse. This year's band president is Mark Hewitt, and the vice president is Sophia Niniaco. Historians are Nora Neiman, Claire Blanco, and Rachel L. Wyman. Secretaries Catherine Morris, Connor Anderson, Tia Ashley, Ariel Morad, Nathan Clark, Sergio Rodriguez, and Elizabeth Salinas. Guard lieutenants, Larissa Leach, Olivia Thomas, and Amy Warren. Guard squad leaders, Julia Larson, Henry Smith, and Ashley Crowe. Guard social officers, Sarah Davis, and Asia Wilson. Guard skill leaders, Juliana Branham, Valentina Esch, and Layla Luther. Ladies and gentlemen, the Woodlands High School Marching Band. presenting the Woodlands High School High Steppers. The 2023-2024 High Stepper officers are Major Sidney Riggs, Lieutenant Majors Anna Leroy and Abby Pilashevsky, Captain Isabella Olivares, Lieutenants Grace Bernard, Olivia Jones, Caitlin Alford, and Sophie Sanford. Tonight, the High Steppers will be performing a pop routine to Baby. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023-2024 Woodlands High School
And welcome back to Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Second half upcoming here in a little over 5 minutes. Hope you all enjoyed that outstanding halftime show put on by both the Woodlands and North Shore. It's a great occasion to be back in the seat here for Texas High School Football 2023. Teams are back out onto the field. The Woodlands and North Shore going through their warm-ups. Before we start the second half here, and of course the Woodlands will be receiving the opening kick of the second half. They won and deferred the opening toss of the game. North Shore took the first drive, went down the field in just a few plays to put the first points on the board, go up 7-0. North Shore would add 7 more to make it 14-0 before the Woodlands came back and scored their own touchdown to make it 14-7. North Shore then extended their lead to 21-7 before extending to 24 right before halftime. So that's where we're at now on the scoreboard. Of course, North Shore leading 24-7. Impressive first half by the Mustangs. Defense doing a good job making it hard for the Woodlands to run the ball. Neither team really having a great amount of success on the ground. However, North Shore has gotten a few things going here and there with the run, but by and large doing their damage through the air with Bailey and his accurate passing. Matoyer on the other side for the Woodlands has made a couple of big pass plays that have given the Woodlands a chance to put some points on the board. It was Shane Walker catching the touchdown pass for the Woodlands in the first half. There were a couple more opportunities to make some big plays in the passing game for the Woodlands that they just couldn't quite connect on, with a couple of overcooked passes just overthrowing the receivers. So the Woodlands will, of course, gone into halftime, made special note of those opportunities they did have to go downfield. Look to do more of that in the second half and capitalize when they have the opportunity to create more of those big plays. Aiden Self also making a couple of big plays there in the first half for the Highlanders. One of the more reliable, experienced players in this offense. Favorite target for Matoyer, of course, down the field. Teams getting ready to run out here for the second half. North Shore trying to get back to yet another state championship game this season and trying to get back in the winning column after Duncanville finally got one over them last fall. Of course, North Shore still up 3-1 on that scoreboard over Duncanville. Those two programs doing battle. Seems like just it's going to be an annual thing now every year in 6A Division I, apparently. Just hard for programs around the state of Texas to get up on the level. Programs like Duncanville and North Shore. DeSoto trying their best to put forward their case and get among those two. Westlake in the Austin area has been very good themselves, winning a few state titles with Coach Todd Dodge before he retired. And as mentioned previously in the broadcast, the Woodlands winning 10 games a year ago, looking to do a little bit better than that this year. Have the firepower back on offense to do just that. Defense is showing some encouraging signs here today as well. Against this North Shore opponent, I mean, this is about as tough as you can do it in the first game of a new season playing this caliber of opponent. And the Highlanders are running back out onto the field here to start the second half. Again, they will receive the kickoff. Mentioned this to start the game, but yeah, not many programs in the state lining up to want to play North Shore right now. So this is a great opportunity for the Woodlands against an opponent of a level they will not see for the rest of this year unless they were to have a rematch at some point way down the line. Or play a team like a Duncanville again, potentially in Region 2, which they would have to, most likely, if they get back to that point again as they did a year ago in that third round. Big key here for the Highlanders in the second half. stay in the game mentally, keep looking for opportunities to make plays. You want to see players play hard through the fourth quarter. No heads drop. This is just the starting point for the season, game one. Long time between now and playoffs. As the kick return team takes the field for the Highlanders. Back deep to receive is going to be number 17, Bryce Cooper. Number 2, Shane Walker. The Woodlands named Lone Star Cup winners in Class 6A for the 9th time in June. Extremely impressive record for the Woodlands High School. Lone Star Cup, of course, awarding all-around performance across the athletic programs. The kickoff goes into the end zone, going to be fielded and brought out. Let's see what he can get here. Turns to the corner, he's got space. He's out to the 30, got to make the kicker miss, runs by the kicker, still on his feet, 50, midfield, and out of bounds just across into North Shore territory. Shane Walker, great return. Been heavily involved here tonight, making plays in the passing game, and right there, big one in the return game. However, there is a flag all the way back at the 25-yard line. Usually not good news for a return.
Blocking the back. Number 6 on the return team.
Ouch. That is a big penalty. 10-yard penalty blocking the back. Spot foul. Going to take amazing field position and make it really not amazing field position. Highlanders is going to start on their own 15 now. Yeah, that's kind of a backbreaker when you get a big momentum play like that. But still, opportunity for the offense to come out here, get that yardage back. They've been able to get behind this Mustang secondary a few times here tonight, so they've got to keep targeting those opportunities. 4 receivers motion across into the backfield here. Matoyer going to send the receiver back. It's Farrakhan. Going to run a zone read, running back carry, bust around the left side. He's loose. That's Aiden Self going to carry it. First down yardage, best run play of the night so far for the Highlanders. That's more like it. All the way out to the 38-yard line. I would think there had to be some emphasis on the ground game in the locker room. And with Self lined up next to Matoyer, looks like trying to get a little bit more going in that area, and you have to against a defense like North Shore. You have to keep them honest. Can't just let them pin their ears back and come after your QB all game. Going to be another handoff. Self again, trying the right side. Going to get just a couple of yards there. Again, the Woodlands named Lone Star Cup winners on the back of its boys swimming team, finishing a state runner-up and diving as well. Highlanders reaching the state semis in both team tennis and volleyball. It's contributing factors to that 9th Lone Star Cup win. There's Matoyer looking over the middle, quick slant, going to fall incomplete. Bring up 3rd and 9. The Woodlands winning state championships in girls swimming and diving, state runner-up in boys swimming and diving. It's a tight set for Matoyer, 3 receivers, back to pass, looking down the field, flush to his right, looking for his man off the hands of Patrick Rabel there. Bell, one of Matoyer's favorite targets since they first came onto the scene as sophomores on varsity together, now seniors. Starzik back to punt. Get a good spiral punt off here. Going to go towards the sideline, take a high bounce. Favorable bounce for the Highlanders inside the 10. Very well done by Starzik. Going to be down right about the 6. About as good as you can do it. So Highlander defense with a lot of field to work with. I've seen some positive moments, positive signs from this defense tonight, despite the 24 points on the board so far for North Shore. Woodlands playing pretty good run defense. That was my first impression on the night. It's a hand up the middle. Going to be a little bit of space here for Hardiman to kind of ease forward. Going to be a positive gain for about 7 yards. Woodlands also managing to make a couple of plays against this explosive passing game for North Shore. 3 receivers now in the set for Bailey. Going to go up the middle again. And now Hardiman is loose. This will be the biggest run of the night for the Mustangs. He's out to the 50 inside the Highlander territory all the way down. He will be spotted. See where the officials come in here exactly. Like they'll be spotted on the 46-yard line is where they've set the ball. Everybody was moving ahead of that there initially, but the officials pulling the teams back there to the 46, but still Mustangs into Woodlands territory after that explosive play by Hardiman, their most successful run play of the night. Bailey, 3 wide, H-back tight end. Play blown dead. He was going to hand off again. That time it was going to Alexander, another senior running back.
Reset the play clock, 25 seconds. Clock was under 25 for a ball set.
Officials asking for a reset of the play clock. 9:34 to go in the third. We invite those of you enjoying this live stream on our Conroe ISD Athletics channel for Woodforest Bank Stadium. Hit that like button for us and subscribe. Help increase the exposure for what these amazing student athletes are doing here in Conroe ISD in the 2023 football season. As Bailey takes a snap, pulls it, throws it quick out here to Barnes, makes a man miss. What a move. Inside the 30. Wow. So quick in that small space. He spotted it again at the 29, moved the chains. Nope, ball's being walked back. There may be a penalty here.
Dead ball. Personal foul. 77 offense. 15-yard penalty. Be first down.
Personal foul there against North Shore. Going to pull the ball back. Still be a first down. First and 10, 9:18 on the clock. 4 receivers set here for North Shore, 2 to each side. Bailey back in the shotgun. In 5 DBs for the Woodlands, 3-3-5 defense for most of the night. And Alexander's going to bounce off the first half. Will turn the corner on the right side. He's going to have the first down and more as he rolls forward. And the Woodlands was there on the initial contact, just couldn't get him down. And of course, as North Shore does, they make you pay for it if you don't get him down at the point of attack. Four wide here for Bailey. 3 down here to the near side, single receiver top. Snap, gonna fake the handoff. Throw it back to the right, that Vegas screen going to DeBlanc again. He gets loose. Going to gain about 8 yards before being brought down. Was 1 man away from scoring a touchdown there. Encourage you to follow Conroe ISD Athletics across all the social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. 3 wide for North Shore here, 2nd and 2. Bailey's going to pull it. Quick throw out. Barnes once again. Going to get the first down by plenty. Down to the 15. Accurate quarterbacks are so difficult to defend at the high school level. Bailey's hardly placed a pass wrongly here tonight. Very cool customer back there in the backfield. Impressive. Four receivers in the set here. Trips to the top side. Single man down here to the near side for North Shore. Bailey going to ride in the handoff. That's Hardiman straight up the middle. Going to gain about 5 yards. North Shore starting to generate more of a push, find more room. They're going to go real fast here. There's going to be a flag. Woodlands couldn't get the substitution off the field, but may not matter. It's going to be into the end zone for North Shore. That was 89, Caleb Thomas, the big tight end on that catch, 6'4", 240-pound senior. Touchdown's going to stand because the penalty, again, was a substitution infraction.
Illegal substitution. Defense.
It'll take the score to 30-7 on the scoreboard here in favor of North Shore, pending the PAT here by Soto. The junior kicker for North Shore, Jonathan Soto here. He's going to boot it through. Looks good. 31-7, North Shore, 7:02 remaining in the third. Key here for the Woodlands, keeping the positivity up on the sidelines, because these are all reps, all very valuable reps that you'll watch back on film and identify things to get better at in terms of execution. So as we know, the Texas high school football season does not slow down. Games will come thick and fast now that we have started and we are in this thing officially. The Highlanders going 7-1 in district a year ago. The only loss coming against New Caney. The Woodlands will host New Caney this year. And the top of the district in 13-6A looks really strong across the board with the likes of the Highlanders, of course, New Caney, Oak Ridge, Willis, all figuring to be in the mix. Conroe High, College Park there as well. Grand Oaks starting under a new coach here this season as well. Grand Oaks played the Thursday night game here last night against Nimitz. Lost that opener against an impressive performance by the Nimitz Cougars. But Coach Sean McDowell and the Grizzlies be working to improve every week, get that program going in a positive direction. Kickoff fielded by the Woodlands. Again, nice move by Walker. He's going to go to the left side. He's got room to take it even further, 35. Good tackle there by North Shore. Eliminates a much bigger gain for Walker, but still good field position. Much better than they've enjoyed for most of the night. So Matoyer will come back out here with this Highlander offense. Try and find a way to keep doing what they do offensively. Look for those explosive plays down the field. Aiden Self now in at running back for the Highlanders. Typically a receiver. And that is Self and Bolander in the backfield alongside Matoyer. Handoff's going to go up the middle to Self. A little bit of space. Going to bounce forward. Fall close to a first down. 9 yards. Looking pretty good with Self running the ball. Jog off, and replacing him will be Joseph Canola. It's like the Woodlands showing a tight formation here, 4 receivers. Last time they were in the set, they ran a sweep. Now Matoyer back to pass this time, looking deep. Gonna go on the corner route. Has a man, it is caught. That is Patrick Rebel. First down, yardage inside the 30 of North Shore. Very good pitching catch from Matoyer. And that's what you're looking for. This is what the personality of this Highlander offense is gonna be all year. Targeting matchups down the field, creating separation. Four receivers going fast, Matoyer. Handoff up the middle. Lean forward for a gain of about 4 or so yards. It's Joseph Canola on that carry. He's going to stay in the backfield alongside Matoyer, 4 receivers. Motion across the formation, Farrakhan. Fakes the sweep, Matoyer rolling right. Under heavy pressure, going to be brought down for a sack by the North Shore defender. That's number 43 for North Shore. Nick Goins, 6'2", 220-pound senior defensive lineman. Not letting Matoyer get away there. Bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. We go inside the 5-minute mark remaining in the third. North Shore leading 31-7 on the scoreboard. Nice traveling contingent for the Mustangs, making that long trek around Beltway 8 to 45. 4 receiver set here for the Highlanders. Matoyer back to throw, looking deep down the sideline, has a man. Can't connect though. That was Shane Walker Jr. intended. Going after one of the best players in the country, Devin Sanchez there in coverage. Going to bring out Scott Starzyk for a field goal attempt. This will be a 44-yarder. Well within his leg range. Saw Starzyk boot some absolute boomers last year. Good snap, good kick. Has the distance. Does it make it through? It is good. Starzyk boots it through with plenty of room from 44 yards. Outstanding. That'll narrow the score here, 31-10. In favor of North Shore on the scoreboard, the Woodlands. Take a positive, tacking some more points up there. And it was the big play from Matoyer to Rebel on that corner route that set up the opportunity to get those points from Starzyk. 4:31 on our clock here in the third quarter. Normally in the first game you see a lot of conditioning issues crop up as the game moves along, but here tonight players seem to be handling it well. I haven't seen really anyone going down with cramps or anything like that, so hopefully that continues. Looks like maybe the later kickoff time as well, 8 p.m. kick, has perhaps helped the players. Starzyk gets the ball down here, about to send it deep, perhaps. And he does put his foot through this one, not going to have a return there. Out of the back of the end zone. He tried one pooch kick earlier, which North Shore turned into a touchdown on offense after executing a few plays after that, but Starzyk just doing what he does best, putting his foot through this one. Three receivers set to start here with the big tight end and touchdown scorer Caleb Thomas in the H-back. Bailey going to hand it up the middle, space for Hardiman to edge forward for about 7 yards, right up the middle. You have to think at this stage in the game, the clock on North Shore side content to lean on the Woodlands a little bit here now. Try and work on the ground game a little bit. North Shore lining up in a 3-3-5 for most of the night. Quanell Farrakhan actually out here playing some corner for the Woodlands. Going both ways, receiver and DB. Handoff again from Bailey. Well defended by the Highlanders. Very little gain there, maybe half a yard to a yard. Bring up a 3rd and 2. So here's a chance for the Highlanders to get off the field defensively again. The 3 receiver set, Thomas H-back for North Shore. Hard count from Bailey before he steps to the side to look at the sideline for a play call. Signals to his offensive lineman. Handoff up the gut. Stacked up by the Woodlands. It's going to be close. Looks like a slightly favorable spot coming in here that will move the chains. That will move the chains. 1st and 10, 3:06 on the clock. Woodlands appear to do a good job, at least initially, of stopping that short. 4 wide in the set now for North Shore, 2 receivers to each side. The big man, Thomas, now in the slot. Back to pass, Bailey looking deep. Going to throw deep down the middle post route. Looking for DeBlanc. Just overthrown, well covered by the Woodlands. Andy Orr, the man on the spot there over the top of DeBlanc on that post. Four wide set once again for North Shore, 2 to each side. Thomas in the slot, 6'4" tight end, motioning into the backfield now. H-back. Big handoff is going up the middle. That was an actual handoff, not a fake. Going to Chris Thomas, Jr. Bring up 3rd and 8 rather, on the down and distance, 2:24. Three receivers in the formation for the Woodlands. The tight end flexed out in the H-back. Bailey's going to pull it, look deep down the sideline, streak route, has some separation, but just overthrows the intended receiver. That was Guillory, the intended man downfield for Bailey. Had him, just overthrew him. So the Woodlands defense will hold. Positive series there for the defense, preventing North Shore from crossing midfield, forcing a punt. Be Shane Walker, one of the 2 deep men back to return for the Woodlands. And Jackson Bolander, 2 juniors back to receive the punt. It's going to be whistle on the field before we get this punt away. 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Score 31-10 in favor of North Shore.
Timeout. North Shore. First charge, timeout. 2nd half.
North Shore lined up to punt it away now. Again, the juniors Walker and Bolander back to receive for the Highlanders. See if they can get their hands on this one. The first punt for North Shore hit too short to be fielded. This one's going to get more distance on it, over the heads of the returners this time. Take favorable North Shore bounce all the way down to the 10-yard line. No favors done for the Highlander offense there with that roll. Matoyer, first team offense, lined up in the huddle to receive the first play before taking the field here. .145 on the third quarter clock. Four receivers in the formation for the Woodlands here. Bolander lined up in the H-back spot. Quick throw, North Shore all over it on the coverage. Intended man was Walker. Self back at the running back position in the backfield with Matoyer. Bolander staying pretty close by as well, going back and forth between slot position, H-back, and the backfield. Four receivers. Matoyer back to pass. He's looking downfield, nowhere to go. Flushed out of the pocket to the right. Just going to have to get out of bounds. It's a hit out of bounds there. No flag thrown. Bring up 3rd and 12. And Coach Garrett Cross coordinating this stout defense for North Shore. It's been their patented defense for several years, dating back to Coach Amon. Completed pass underneath for the Woodlands. Explosive play for a first down. It's Bolander. Going to be yet another 3rd down conversion. The Woodlands can take heart from a few of these 3rd down conversions they've had here tonight on long yardage. And as I was mentioning, North Shore known for that swarming defense dating back to Coach Amon, David Amon, man who got this North Shore program going in the mid-90s, turned them into an area in state power. As Matoyer takes it in the shotgun, going to hand it to Self. Nowhere to go, though. North Shore's going to stack that up for a loss of 1. 99, Jonathan Chenier Fleming on that tackle, senior defensive lineman for the Mustangs. There's David Amon leading this North Shore program for such a long time. Handed the keys over, I believe, after the 2014 season. The North Shore program has continued to tick along ever since and go to even greater heights. Matoyer looks over the middle on a quick slant, throws it just behind Shane Walker. Coach John Kay leaving at North Shore for Rice University after last season, so Willie Gaston, the new head coach for the Mustangs. Longtime Mustang assistant, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, a playing legend for North Shore. One of their best ever quarterbacks, in my opinion. 3 receivers in the set now for the Highlanders. Split backfield. The officials are going to call a timeout. to the Highlanders down on the field. 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Again, North Shore holding on to that 31-10 lead.
Timeout. Woodlands. Second charge timeout.
Play will resume here. 8 seconds to go in the third. Split backfield, 3 receivers for Metoyer. Back to pass. Looking deep. Again, flushed to his left. Going to be stacked up and sacked. Too many North Shore defenders arriving for Metoyer to be able to break loose on the scramble. North Shore, the way they play defense, that physical in-your-face style, they force you to find people quickly because you just do not have much time at all to get rid of the ball against them. That play will end the third quarter. We'll reverse field as the Woodlands will have a 4th and 14 to punt the ball away as we get the last quarter started here. The upcoming schedule for the Woodlands after tonight reads Houston Lamar next Friday night. That'll be at Lamar. And after that, they will start district play right off the bat against Oak Ridge. And after Oak Ridge will come New Caney in the second district game. That'll be a Thursday night game. Oak Ridge will be Friday night, September 8th. And the New Caney game will be a Thursday night kickoff here at the bank. Punt away by Starzyk. Well angled towards the sideline. Great punt. Going to go out around the 32-yard line. Starzyk's done a good job with his kicks all night, both punting, kickoffs, and of course hitting the 44-yard field goal. Just doing it all with the leg. One of the highlight and best players on this Highlander team, if you ask me. Definite bright spot. When I look at 13-6A on paper this season, really does have the look of potentially a 5 or 6 team battle for the playoff spots. North Shore lines up 4 receivers here. First down and 10, 11:52. It's a quick throw out looking for DeBlanc. Incomplete. Have a new quarterback in the game now for North Shore. This is number 8, Cameron Smith, a junior. Actually, no, it's still Bailey. I thought it was number 8, but number 9 still in the game. 4 receivers, motioning the H-back Thomas into the backfield. Handoff to Hardiman up the middle. Going to try and spin off tackles, gains 3 yards. Bring up a 3rd and 7. Another chance for the Highlander defense to make a positive play. Get off the field. 4 receivers, trips to the top side. DeBlanc, single man down here to the near side. Again, Thomas is going to motion shift into the H-back position. Power run. Hardiman up the middle, going to cut left, bounce forward, going to gain over 20 yards into the Woodlands territory. Found a good seam there, make an explosive run. Have to think the Woodlands defense getting a bit tired at this point in proceedings. Had to play a lot of football, do a lot of running against what, quite frankly, and no disrespect to the future opponents, this will be the best unit, best offense they see all year. Handoff around the left side to Chris Thomas. Going to do a good job following forward about 6 yards. In this game will serve as just invaluable film, invaluable learning opportunity for the Highlanders when they watch this back. Look at the good and bad. Try and get a little bit better as you move forward each week. Tackle for a loss, well defended by the Woodlands. Bring up a 3rd and 7. Got 3 receivers plus the H-back Thomas. .335 defensive alignment for the Woodlands, like we've seen for most of the night. And that's number 20, Alexander on the carry, Najai Alexander. Bring up a 4th down after a 2-yard gain. Fourth and 6, punting team likely to come out, but we'll see what happens. Official timeout on the field.
Officials time.
We a moment ago mentioned the upcoming schedule for the Woodlands that will include Houston Lamar next week. The second and last non-district game, that'll be an away game played down at Del Mar before the Highlanders get started here against Oak Ridge on September 8th and right into district play. So not a whole lot of time to waste before the games really count towards the playoffs. North Shore in the punt formation here. Next up for the Mustangs will be Spring High School. They're going to make it do a toss out to the left. Kind of rugby style action here. And they gain a 1st down. After playing Spring, North Shore will face Westfield once again in a huge matchup on Friday, September the 8th. And that'll conclude North Shore's non-district. So they'll have 3 non-district games overall, counting this one here tonight. Of course, all eyes will be on that Westfield game. North Shore blew them out a year ago. 3 receivers in the set. You fake, quick throw out to Barnes. Gonna go around the corner. about 6 yards. So much speed you have to defend all across the field on this North Shore offense. Challenge every aspect of your defense, from your ability to cover and tackle in space, and against an accurate quarterback to top it all off. One of the toughest things to deal with at any level, let alone high school. There's Alexander up the middle into a good amount of space, going to fall forward, another first down. Going to be down to about the 11-yard line of the Woodlands. North Shore just trying to ice this one away here late. As we move towards the 7-minute mark here remaining in the fourth. The 2 receivers now motioning Barnes into the backfield. Fake the handoff, pull it back for a pass, looking for a corner route to Thomas, the big man. And it is caught. I was waiting for the signal. Finally got it on the far side. Thomas comes down. Cameron Smith, I believe, on that catch. Another pinpoint throw by Bailey, extending the score to 37-10. North Shore's favor with Soto on for the PAT. 7:09 left in the game. The kick will be good to extend the lead, 38-10 North Shore. And ahead of this 2023 season, I wrote an article on the website I run, traditionnevergraduates.substack.com, just talking about the task that the chasing pack in the state of Texas at the 6A level faces to try and get on the level of these programs like North Shore, Duncanville, and DeSoto. And it just seems like a monumental task for everyone, because these are programs that have long been recognized as sleeping giants. And they've put it all together here in recent seasons. So the kickoff goes back to the Woodlands. Be fielded cleanly with a chance at a return. Well defended by North Shore. Again, Walker bringing it out. He's had some success here tonight in the return game, as well as a receiver. Catching a touchdown pass earlier on, the only touchdown for the Woodlands here tonight so far. 7:04 left in our game. We'll have a change at quarterback here for the Woodlands. Patrick Miller, a senior, coming in. Miller has been involved last year and the year before as well. Good athlete. Been impressed when I've seen him get snaps. More than capable. Coming in and moving this offense down the field, doing a job for the Highlanders. Miller with 4 receivers in the formation. And a quick throw out right side. Minimal gain, maybe a couple yards. bring up about a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7 maybe. 3rd and 7 it is. Miller giving the call to the offensive line, back for a snap, trying to move fast. Looking deep downfield, post, strike. Has his man over the middle, nicely done. That is Shane Walker once again. First down yardage, moving the chains. Some nice, accurate throw by Miller. Bryce Cooper subbing in for the Highlanders in place of Walker. Miller back to pass again. Again, looking deep, trying to throw the wheel route. Looking for Bolander. Well defended by North Shore. Again, we thank all of you who joined us on this live broadcast, those watching from North Shore and in the Woodlands. So Miller, quick throw out to the left, complete to Rebel. He's going to fight forward for extra yards and cross midfield into North Shore territory. Close to a first down, and it will move the chains. Another first down for the Highlanders. Nice to see the players still fighting here late in the game. The score pretty well out of reach, down 28. But this is when coaches really pay attention to see who's out there still competing. Split back shotgun, gonna hand off around the left side. Nice positive gain, still on his feet. Hits it up the sideline, Barracon's loose. 10-5, touchdown Highlanders. Barracon's gonna take it all the way on the sweep. That's how you make a positive play towards the end of the game. Touchdown Highlanders. 38-16 after that score. Nice speed shown up the sideline. See a lot more where that came from as the season progresses. Here tonight, you are seeing the Woodlands play against a team about as tough as it gets in the very first game of the year. Might as well be sharpening your blade against the very best, and that's exactly what the Woodlands is doing here tonight against this juggernaut North Shore program. Winner of 3 state championships in the last 5 years. In the only 2 years they didn't win it over that 5-year period, they were state finalists and state semifinalists. And they only lost by 7 and 3 points respectively in those 2 seasons. So if that doesn't paint a picture for just how high a level North Shore has been at recently, I don't know what will. Just astonishing, really. But the Woodlands showing a lot of courage to schedule this home-and-home series against North Shore, and we'll see if they keep it going on realignment next year. But you have to think, at least if it's handled in the right way by the Highlander players, they can use the experience of playing against this North Shore team to become a much better football team as this long season progresses. Student section making noise, staying in the game as well. Starzik going to put a foot through it. Out of the back of the end zone, as he's done most of the night. 4:46 left in the game tonight. And as I was saying a moment ago, it's important, especially after the first game of the year, that the team, and really everyone associated with the team, handles the early season in a positive manner so as to help the team develop moving forward. It's all about arriving in the state playoffs in the best shape you can as a team. So run up the middle by North Shore. It's the cliche, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. It's often overused, but there's really no better way to say it when it comes to high school football. The seasons are very long. And North Shore themselves will acknowledge that fact as well. They've got to get better every week, just like everybody else. Does you no good to be great in the first game and then stall out come playoff time. Another run up the middle. North Shore just leaning on the advantage here. It's number 15 in at quarterback. That's Deontay Wilson, a senior. Jonathan Zuniga on that carry. And then it'll be Avon Brown in the backfield, a junior running back for North Shore. 3 receivers in the set. Run up the middle on the 3rd and short, going to be near a first down. As Brown tried to roll forward there to get the chains to move. And they will move ahead for a first down, Mustangs. Approach the 3-minute mark remaining in the game. I'd like to take some time to thank all the Conroe ISD workers that are involved with putting this broadcast together, from our show control up here in the booth down to the kids working the camera on the field to bring you these awesome shots, and just a phenomenal thing that CISD has going with these high quality broadcasts every week in the district for all of our teams here in district. To bring you the games from Moorhead and Woodforest Bank Stadium throughout the season. Look forward to being here with you along for the ride as we move into 13-6A play here eventually. And as I was saying earlier in the broadcast, I think it's going to be really entertaining in district. There are a lot of teams that look like they're going to improve over what they were a year ago. College Park getting a big opening win. So run up the middle, first down yardage for North Shore again. Should be able to kneel things out here momentarily and finish game 1 for the 2023 football season. My name is Jeremy McGrail, and it's been a pleasure to bring you this first game of the season. Not the result you would want for the home team, but good to get a look at where things start for the season as we follow the progression over the long haul, as North Shore now lines up in victory set to kneel it out. And our final score here is going to end 38-17 in favor of North Shore. The Woodlands will travel to Delmar and face Lamar. Aim for a bounce-back win on the road before we see them back for the start of district play against what should be a really good Oak Ridge War Eagle team this season. Oak Ridge will be one of the teams favored to make the playoffs again this year. The kind of firepower they're bringing back, both sides of the ball, a lot of talent. The Highlanders will have another dress rehearsal next week against Lamar, a chance to to get everything working before they have to dive into the rigors of district play. That should be the final play. So teams will line up, shake hands. Wish all the North Shore fans who've traveled here safe travels back home. For those of you who joined us on the broadcast, thank you very much. Again, reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to Conroe ISD Athletics. We will be bringing you the goodness of football action all season long. As the teams line up here to shake hands, thank you for joining us on the CISD broadcast. We will see you next time. I'm Jeremy McGrail. Been a pleasure to bring you the action tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed it along with us. Good night.